17-year-old Austin Stroupe might come off as a polite but shy young man, but on the track, he's an animal. Look at this, look at this! Through across the line they go, running out of time. Oh, they almost touched the teammates. At round one of the AMA Toyota Motocross Lites Championship, Stroupe wasn't the most patient rider, but he was consistent and it earned him his first career victory. Teammate, Lites veteran and defending champion Ryan Villopoto isn't going to let Austin start a streak because runner-up isn't a customary position for RV. Stroupe isn't the only rider the champ has to contend with. Jason Lawrence made the first strike with victory in the series' first moto. That initial taste of victory leaves a man wanting more. And there's more to come. The 40th annual Hangtown Classic starts now on Speed. Californian motocross fans have been spoiled these past 2 weeks. Last week down south, this week Northern California. We welcome you to the AMA Toyota Motocross Championship for the Honda Hangtown Classic, and it is the 40th anniversary of this race and this iconic place. Lee Diffie, Jeff Emming along with Aaron Bates, and yes, you know what these guys have come to see. Motocross Lites with all of the stars. And this teenage sensation, Austin Stroupe, did not win either moto last week, however, is the championship leader. That's why Ryan Villopoto does not look too happy. He is ready for business. The two-time defending champion wants to be on top again. And how about Lawrence? He got off to a great start. As we take a look at the points, after the first of 12 rounds and just a solitary point in it between Stroupe, Villopoto and Lawrence. Time now for a progressive pit report. Here's Aaron Bates.
After 40 years of wear and tear, the Hangtown National Motocross Park received a major facelift for the 2008 season. The biggest change, though, the track is going to be raced in reverse. Also, the Dirt Diggers crew worked extremely hard bringing in truckloads of sand, spreading it throughout the entire track and working it in so it's going to be rougher and tougher. Some areas are going to be tacky and other areas are going to be slick. It's going to be extremely challenging for all these riders. While change is good for some, it's not so great for others. Riders have commented on the fact that this track is extremely one-lined and it's going to make it very difficult to make a pass on. We've seen some epic battles here in the past over history, and we can expect today's race to be one to remember.
Jeff, you like the change, switching it up a little?
It definitely is exciting for the riders, also for the fans, gives them new lines, new opportunities. I think the track's going to be great today. I think there's going to be a lot of areas to pass when they really want it.
There's the Honda race format. It is the same as always. The two motos, 30 minutes plus 2 laps. And we're looking for the highest points gatherer over the two motos. But remember, the second one carries a little more weight. And as you would expect, bike number 1, Ryan Villopoto, the quickest after practice.
And remember, last year, this is where Villopoto and Jason Lawrence got into it. They were both extremely fast, extremely driven young riders. So hopefully those sparks don't fly today and we have some good, clean racing.
Ben Townley, who won Moto 2 last year, who's now moved on to the AMA Motocross class, was victorious here last year. Moments away from round 2 of the AMA Toyota Motocross Lites Championship. Hangtown, the Honda Hangtown Classic. Let's do it. Villopoto gets the whole shot. But out wide, Austin Stroupe, look at him flying. Dungey's in the mix as well, but it's Villopoto.
Villopoto picking up where he left off the second moto at Glen Helen. He is fired up. Austin Stroupe, overall winner from the previous round, right there in second. Ryan Dungey, this is just what Villopoto wants to do. At Glen Helen, he did not get to start the first moto. He had to work extremely hard for a 5th place finish. Off to a great start here at Hangtown.
Finished 5th in the opening moto. What a perfect start, though, here to round 2. And here comes Ryan Dungey mixing it up with Austin Stroupe.
And this is the first moto after all the practice sessions, so the track's going to be extremely wet right now. They put down a lot of moisture on the track, a lot of water. Villopoto out clean spot. You see Dungey already here on the first lap pulling a tear off.
And he just shut Stroupe down. Stroupe comes back on the inside, though. The fight for second is on. Branden Jesseman in the background, also on the board. The Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki in the mix.
You can see how this track design here at Hangtown this year promotes a lot of inside out, where the riders are crisscrossing each other's lines, looking for smooth lines, faster ruts. Oh, Stroupe makes a mistake. He cross ruts, retains his position.
Nico Izzi's in the mix also. Let's take you back though and show you the replay of Ryan Dungey on Austin Stroupe.
Dungey on the inside here around the sweeper. Takes the position. You see Stroupe right now tries to get hard on the brakes, but Dungey slams the door, just gets it to the inside rut. And here's Stroupe working the inside out. He gets a drive, gets the line on Dungey, and you see Dungey right here. They're equal going over that double, and Dungey tries to tuck back into the inside, but he has to settle for third.
Stroupe did a nice job of gathering that up. That could so easily have been front wheel into back wheel high side, as you quite commonly see. Brett Metcalfe works his teammate Branden Jesseman. Here comes the 123.
And you talk about teammates, Mitch Payton's riders, 4 riders inside the top 5 here to start the Moto at Hangtown. As a team owner, you're loving this. You got one out front, another rider in second, the other 2 riders peppering the top 5.
Inside goes Metcalfe on Jesseman. In all due respect, it wasn't a great round at Glen Helen for Branden, but this is a much better performance so far early on in Moto 1.
Well, and that incentive of having a team, and maybe even the confidence of having a team like Pro Circuit, where you've seen your same bikes that your teammates ride are up inside the top 10, gives you a lot of confidence that you can do that too. Confidence here. Ryan Villopoto, number 1 with the red plates, grabs the hole shot. Dungey was actually there first on the Suzuki. Villopoto just carried a little more speed right through the mid-turn.
Says, thanks, I'll grab that progressive hole shot, and thanks, I'll be out in the lead, and I'll be having a healthy margin.
Well, and this year, Lee, has been so difficult for Villopoto to have the Supercross Lites season go like it did. After winning so many races, you're so conditioned mentally to win. And when you don't win, everyone's asking questions. Everyone's talking. And Villopoto has keep training, keep working hard. Now he's came back out here, won a Moto last week at Glen Helen, starting off the second round of the championship, which he has really dominated for the last 2 years. He started off very strong. The last thing he wants to see, is to see number 51, Austin Stroupe, the young guy, come in and steal his thunder.
Imagine as a rider, there's nothing more frustrating than winning a Moto, but not going on and winning the round. Stroupe didn't even win either of the Motos at Glen Helen, but won the round overall for the first time in his young career.
Yeah, well, ironically, you should bring that up here in Hangtown. In my career, I've won Motos, but never won the overall here.
It's all right. You're a multi-time champion. Speed's coverage of the AMA Toyota Motocross Championship from Sacramento is brought to you by Suzuki, maker of performance-driven motorcycles, scooters, and all-terrain vehicles. By Progressive, visit progressive.com today. And by the full-size Toyota Tundra, the truck that's changing it all. If you're watching this show, there's a good chance that you even ride, and you'll know that motorcycle racing is a non-stop adrenaline rush, and you can stay on top of it all with speedtv.com. Get the latest results, the news, and the in-depth commentary you crave. It's online and it's all in one place. Speedtv.com, your online motorsports authority. Back with the action at Hangtown, and Nico Izzi has his hands full with Kawasaki's Brett Metcalfe. This is the fight for 4th. And it's a good opening moto for Izzi.
Izzi, who went 8:37 at the opening round, has came here this second round of Lites Motocross, actually worked his way up to 4th here, had a good top 10 start. Brett Metcalfe, always regarded as one of the strongest riders on the tour. Izzi just fired up here at Hangtown.
Outside, gets the slingshot, and Metcalfe grabs 4th from Izzi. Izzi wants to fight about it though. Stays with Metcalfe on the inside.
Izzi has the drive on the inside. Takes it back once again.
And switch back from Metcalfe. They're going blow for blow. Super riding, both boys Metcalfe will hold on to fourth now, though. Has a little buffer.
Well, maybe that's what Metcalfe needed. You can see to the right of your screen, the rest of the pack is gone. Oh,
It's down. Metcalfe, after all that good work, drops it.
keeps the engine running. He's going to lose 2 positions. Izzi and his teammate Branden Jesseman has gone by, and Metcalfe working so hard, just loses the front wheel. Let's take a look at the replay as he finally gets past Izzi, comes into this right-hander hard on the front brake, and you see the handlebars turn instantly just as he entered the turn, hit a slick spot, washed it out. Just grabbed too much front brake and blocked up the front tire.
If you watched our motocross coverage, it's exactly the same corner where Cody Cooper dropped it after grabbing third. Did all the hard work, and you lose it on a low-speed turn like that in very simple fashion. Good fight going on here. Austin Stroupe is under pressure from the Makita Suzuki rider, Ryan Dungey.
Both these riders have been on the gas. They have been battling tooth and nail this whole moto. Each rider very determined. Stroupe with the overall win at the opening round. Right now, both these riders putting on a fantastic ride. You see Dungey hanging right in there.
When you go to a track as familiar in Hangtown, but it's switched on you and you ride it in reverse, you've got all these years of data. How then do you tackle that challenge, going there fresh, saying, well, this'll be something?
Well, for Stroupe, this is his first year at Hangtown. For Dungey, it's his second. And for these riders, they don't have that experience to draw on. This is where they're logging that data for the first time, and having a good, strong ride in your first couple of years at this track just really sets the stage for the rest of your career, to where every time you come here, you have that emotional and mental confidence that you can do it, that you can have good rides. That's how it was for me. I definitely look forward to certain tracks on the circuit, to where that, okay, if I'm having a bad year, I can go there and pick it back up because I've done well there before.
And Budds Creek, where we will visit in July, of course, switch it up all the time. They change it around every other year. And this is your race leader, Ryan Villopoto, super style, super speed, and is so sophisticated. He has got a huge margin of lead, of advantage, and is really stamping his authority on this moto.
Well, and a perfect example is Ryan Villopoto came out in his rookie season of motocross, won tons of races. His second year, he backed it up with a hard-fought championship last year between him and Ben Townley. And you know that late in that season, there were races that he drew upon that emotion and that confidence from a win the year before to help catapult him to the championship last year.
Here comes Dungey, almost hits Austin Stroupe midair. That was forceful stuff. Stroupe knew he was coming, but that was close.
Stroupe wasn't anticipating Dungey being there on the inside, making such an aggressive move. Dungey drove it a little deep also. Let's take a look at the replay. Just a drag race down here. Stroupe jumps to the inside and sees him, and Dungey's already committed with all of that momentum. The riders come together. Look at that, Stroupe way on the outside. That was a close call.
It was almost rear wheel to rear wheel. You don't often see that in AMA Motocross Lites competition. We'll be back. Great to have you back with us here at Hangtown. Lee Diffie, Jeff Emig, and Aaron Bates. Motocross Lites action continues. And when we went to the break, we left you with this amazing fight between Austin Stroupe and Ryan Dungey. However, it was in reverse. Stroupe has got him back.
Well, this really is the race on the track as Villopoto is way out front. These riders just battling so hard, so much determination. Neither rider wants to give an inch.
It was a Kawasaki 1-2 in Moto 2 a week ago at Glen Helen. It is that situation again. Ryan Dungey is trying to force his Makita Suzuki in between the two green machines.
Whoa, Stroupe blocks the inside. You see Dungey setting up an inside move. Stroupe, a very smart young rider.
Ryan Dungey in great form in 2008. He finished 5th in the Motocross Lites Championship last year. You remember that horrible accident that he had in practice as he makes the move on Austin Stroupe. He had that horrible accident at Red Bud last year. But 2008, he is in fine form. Same spot he executed the pass there, Jeff.
Yeah, but this time it was much cleaner. The risk factor was way down, and he really did set that up at the corner before where he just swept around the outside. Stroupe messed up his inside line, got the front wheel to the inside of the rut, kind of sidetracked it, really lost his drive. But this race isn't over between these two. You know, neither one of these riders is going to give up on this moto. They're going to race it hard all the way to the checkered flag.
Let's not forget about fellow Suzuki rider Nico Izzi. He's running in a very strong fourth at the moment, and Brett Metcalfe is playing catch-up after dropping the bike whilst fighting with Izzi.
This is Dungey. He had already set that up there. You see Stroupe way on the outside this time. On his own tuition, though.
Feedback from the mechanics area for Ryan Villopoto. How much do you feed off that information?
It's the information from your mechanic it's very personal. Obviously, everyone sees it. We see it on TV, but there's keywords and triggers that the mechanic can give you throughout the moto and things that you work on. And their relationship since Ryan has turned professional has been one of the most successful rider-mechanic combinations up to this date that we've ever seen. And so there was one set of words that my mechanic, when I was a lights rider, when I was riding factory Yamaha, Steve Butler, put on at the opening round. He said, rest tomorrow. So let it all out today. You can sleep later.
More gas, less brake.
Yeah, exactly.
Trey Canard, our Supercross East Coast champion, fighting here with Hahn. That is Will Hahn. Further back in the pack. It was a tough start to his motocross campaign, though, at Glen Helen as he gets that position, starting the opening moto a week ago with 14th.
Yeah, and you got to think that these motos here, even this moto is way below what Trey Canard is looking for. A lot of expectations after you become a champion, and I think the expectations from himself much greater than this, but his starts just have not been good, and he hasn't had track position to start the race. And as we take a look at number 32, this is Tommy Hahn, older brother in front. Will Hahn, 99 on the blue bike. He's behind Canard. So we got the Hahn brothers with a Canard sandwich.
And in very James Stewart-esque style, Ryan Villopoto is running away with this one. Back at Hangtown, and bike number one, position number one. 19-year-old Ryan Villopoto. 19, and he is...
Seems like a seasoned veteran at this point.
And there is so much excitement surrounding him, stepping it up to the motocross class last year. That's what about 9 seconds looks like over Ryan Dungey in second place.
Dungey really has put on a great ride here. So strong, has battled his way with Stroupe. Now he's separated himself. He's out here running by himself. But you got to feel good about this, that a second is as good as a first when you're talking about the overall. Get back into third, you might have some problems winning the actual overall. But Dungey here putting himself in a great position in Moto 1.
Ryan went 4-2 at Glen Helen, and starting off the Hangtown weekend, currently in second place and looking in fine form. So a good way to start the weekend. But Villopoto, he just looks awesome, doesn't he? He will take some catching this weekend.
Well, and for Dungey here, this is all building on last year and the Supercross this year, is that he's gaining experience. And as long as he's running up front here in these motos, if you get it together by the halfway point and get on a string of wins, you can reel those points back in and make a run for the championship.
Ryan's an old man at 18 as well.
Yeah, he's the old man veteran of the class. But the new guy here, number 51, Austin Stroupe, has just been awesome this year. And with the 51, riding the Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki, it reminds us so much of Villopoto's rookie season, which would have been 3 seasons ago. And their riding styles are so close. Their aggression on the bike, certainly running up front, is reminiscent of Villopoto. And sometimes it's tough to tell them apart.
The championship leader by 1 point coming into this second round of the 12-round AMA Toyota Motocross Championship for 2008.
And the one thing that really separates Villopoto from Stroupe is that red number 1 plate that Villopoto has had for 2 years. And just have to remember back, last year's season was one of the epic battles of all time in Lites motocross racing, and to have Villopoto come out on top, that was such an achievement.
He won the opening moto here at Hangtown a year ago. His then Kawasaki teammate Ben Townley won the second moto and went to take the overall. So he could add Hangtown to his list by winning this one and going out and doing the same in the second. There's a lot of work still yet to be done, but if he carries this same speed, form, rhythm and style into the second moto, look out everybody else. Ryan Villopoto is again the man to deal with in Motocross Lites. Checkered flag awaits Ryan. What an opening moto, victorious at Hangtown. In 2008, the opening moto, bike number 1, position number 1, and that was huge. Just shy of a 10-second victory over Ryan Dungey, and Austin Stroupe on the podium again. Let's hear what the 17-year-old has to say about the opening moto.
Austin, it looked as though you lost a little bit of steam near the end.
Yeah, you know, I actually I lost it towards the middle of the race, but I felt like I was getting better towards the end. You know, I struggled kind of all weekend with this track. It's really tough, so I'm just lucky to be on the box and stay safe and move on from this track and keep my championship hopes alive for the season.
Just like Stroupe, you can stay on top of the action, get green alerts from Speed Mobile if you want the absolute latest news and results. Get them on your phone, just text KX to 773333 on your mobile phone to get free motorcycle racing text alerts. Speed Green Alerts presented by Kawasaki. Here's Ryan Dungey.
Ryan, what was it that set you aside from Austin today?
You know, it's just being able to be behind him and seeing where he's going, what works better. You know, I was able to find some good lines to get around him, but I got around him once, but made a mistake the second time.
Is there any part of the track that you were making up some additional time on him?
You know, the track started getting rough towards the end. I think second moto is going to be a good show. You know, we'll just have to see how it turns out.
But it was all about Ryan Villopoto winning the second moto at Glen Helen, winning the opening moto here.
Ryan, what is it this season that's going to separate you from the rest of the crowd?
Well, you know, Dungey and Stroupe, they're strong, and so is Brett, so it's going to take the least amount of mistakes and a good start. It helps out a lot.
Take us through this track. How difficult was it for you guys this afternoon?
Hangtown's always a real tough track. It gets really square edge and kind of slippery, and it's got some rocks in it, so it is one of the tougher tracks. And you know, it's just tough to get out there and to make those. Finish a 30+2 without making mistakes. The mistakes are what is critical, and that's what slows you down.
We didn't see any, Ryan. That was a great way to start the weekend. Moto 2 for Motocross Lites coming up. Speed's coverage of the AMA Toyota Motocross Championship from Sacramento is brought to you by Honda, the company that defines performance in motorcycles, ATVs, personal watercraft and scooters. We welcome you back to Hangtown. It's not all about the boys, because this is also the opening round of the AMA WMA Women's National Motocross Championship, and we bring you highlights of the opening round. At the start, the whole shot was won by the 5-time and defending champion, Jessica Patterson.
And as the ladies rounded turn 2, it was Ashley Fiolick setting in second, but she misses a gear, drops her Honda to the dirt.
And later in the race, Jessica would do a similar thing. And Ashley would play the comeback game. The best of anybody. Yes, a fist pump. She knew she had it. And her first moto win of her career. Outstanding performance. We take you ahead to Moto 2. And with that win under her belt, confidence high. But think about the 5-time champion. She did not like getting beaten. Patterson came back strong.
You see Ashley hanging right in there. Patterson taking the win with a fist pump there, retaining some points for first place. But the overall
goes to the 67 of Ashley Fiolick. Quite an amazing performance.
This being her first ride as a professional in this series.
And there you see the combinations. Sarah Whitmore picking up the 3rd overall. But let's hear from our first-time winner.
Ashley, what does this overall victory mean to you?
I think it's awesome. I had a better first moto than second, but I'm racing some of the best women in the world. Jessica Patterson, Tara Geiger, they're the best. And so for me to be up here in third, get third that second moto, it's awesome. I'm happy with the overall.
Congratulations on a sweet success.
Yes, from the overall motorcycle fraternity, we congratulate Ashley on that marvellous performance. Now let's look forward to Moto 2. Here's another Progressive Pit Report.
The Pro Circuit Kawasaki team celebrated their 150th victory. That's their Supercross and their outdoor motocross combined. And that was last weekend when Austin Stroupe went 2-3 for his very first overall outdoor motocross lights national victory. In fact, it's been one calendar year since any other team other than Pro Circuit has taken an overall win. The last man to do so was Josh Grant at High Point 1 year ago. I asked Mitch Payton what the key to success was. He said he demands that all of his riders ride together and test together because one rider excels in each different area, whether it starts, corners, or speed. They can all learn something from each other and they can trust the guy who's out on the track. Well, Austin Stroupe and Ryan Villopoto, they both set the stage last weekend. We could be in store for another dual head-to-head team coming up this season.
Thanks, Erin. We're really looking forward to it. Can anyone go with Villopoto? They didn't. They couldn't in Moto 1. We'll find out right now. Moto 2 here at Hangtown. Motocross Lites away. That red plate sticking out up front. Villopoto with the progressive hole shot again, but Jason Lawrence is going with him on the Yamaha.
That has been the question in the first moto, was where was Jason Lawrence, who was so strong at the opening round. He comes out the second moto fired up. He wants a piece of the lead.
Kawasaki, Yamaha, Honda, Villopoto, Lawrence. Which of the Honda riders is it in third? The 122 of Daniel Reardon it is. And then Ryan Sipes in fourth early on this opening lap.
Great start for both of those riders. That's definitely where they need to be. And in such a stacked field, riders like Reardon and Sipes need to get up there with these lead riders. It helps pull them up to that top pace, gets them at the pace of the leaders to understand that speed. Both riders very strong, have the potential to run up here inside the top 5 for the whole moto.
Early days for Reardon as far as his career in the United States. He's a multi-time champion in Australia, so this is a wonderful showing. They're sorting themselves out on the opening lap. Dungey trying to come through the traffic.
I got a question for you. Are the tracks in Australia, down in Queensland, are they like these tracks here in the U.S.?
No. In short.
This is a very difficult track today, and you see once again Austin Stroupe and Ryan Dungey mixing it up together, but this time they're not out there all by themselves. They've got some heavy talent just in front and just behind them on this opening lap of Moto 2.
Matt Gerke on the 41, he is there. Reardon and Sipes are fighting it out for third as they climb the hill.
You can see just how difficult the track is. So choppy. So many rocks have came up. Look how rough that outside line is. Stroupe choosing the inside and the bike just dancing all around. Goes from wet, soft spots to hard, dry, slick. And this track, I think, has been really great for passing because you can work inside out. There's all kinds of zigzags, if you will. And all the roost coming off the bike, this stuff hurts. Little pebbles, little rocks, this clay. So you're constantly trying to find a line away from where the roost is from the rider in front of you.
Austin Stroupe is trying to work some line, trying to work some magic on the MDK KTM rider. Matt Gerke immediately ahead. Reardon still holds the higher ground on the other MDK KTM rider, Ryan Sipes.
Well, and it is difficult as Stroupe is behind Sipes right here. As you're trying to work past a rider that you're on his back wheel, he's obviously running a slower pace than you, and you know that a guy that you just battled the first moto with is just behind you. It's a very pressure-filled, tense situation because you need to use some new lines, but yet you don't want to open the door to get past as you're trying to make a pass.
Speaking of new lines, did you see what Austin Stroupe did there? Just the switchback, but it didn't work. That was almost a miraculous move. He is trying everything to get by Matt Gerke.
As is Dungey just behind Stroupe.
Finally, the block pass works. Inside. You flag Dungey Jeff, and there he is. He's looking for an option as well, but terrific start from Gerke.
Definitely a great ride as he bounces his way through the track here. You see him trying to do a little inside out on Reardon, and Gerke gets past Reardon as Reardon just totally blows the top turn. Reardon just gave up 3 spots in 1 turn. Not sure if there's a problem with him or the bike, but he definitely has lost his momentum. That just crushes your confidence so hard to come back from that, as he's got Sipes, Dungey, Metcalfe just peppering him with pressure.
This is much busier than the opening moto in the top 10. It is frantic in Moto 2, Motocross Lites. Dungey on Reardon now.
And these riders are stacked up, 4 riders all in 1 turn. So many lines here on the track. Now here in the second moto, the inside line might not be the best line.
Progressive whole shot replay. Take a look at it and look for the familiar red-plated bike number 1, the Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki. There it is, it appears from the pack. That was close though between Villopoto and Lawrence.
It was very even all the way to the turn, and the rider's intuition, that savvy and instinct that they have, Villopoto knew that he could leave it on.
And Villopoto leads the way here at Hangtown. The chase is on here at Hangtown. The 40th anniversary of the Honda Hangtown Classic, the AMA Toyota Motocross Championship, continues for the Motocross Lights class. The chase is on because number 1 is up front, Ryan Villopoto. Who can go with him? It is frantic for the minor placings at the moment.
Here comes Dungey on the inside. That's 4th position as he moves past Gerke.
Up ahead on 51, you can see Austin Stroupe. That's the next one for Dungey to try and go with. Fought with him and got by him in the opening moto. 1, 2, 3. Brett Metcalfe goes by Gerke as well.
And Ryan Dungey's very strong here in the second moto, as he was at the opening round last week in Glen Helen, trying to duplicate that.
Fight for 7th here. Daniel Reardon over Trey Canard. This is a better run from Canard.
A couple of teammates trying to work their way forward. Canard really has not started this championship like he wanted. Him and Reardon. Here goes Canard to the inside.
The Geico Power Sport Honda boys.
Canard all over Reardon, working the inside, outside. Can he make it stick? Clean move.
That was a lovely section there.
Trey Canard not settling for the fast line that Reardon was in, really chose his own lines.
Dungey gets by Austin Stroupe. Well, there was a margin to be made, and Dungey made it up very quickly. And here comes the 123 of Metcalfe as well. Stroupe is under pressure.
When Dungey moved into the position just behind Stroupe, he was a good 2 or 3 seconds. In 1 lap, reeled him in. And look at Metcalfe putting on a very hard charge. Following his teammate, you see the riders bouncing through that set of rollers here. Metcalfe working the outsides. Stroupe working the insides, trying to conserve a little energy by riding the shorter line.
This is 3, 4, 5. Let's not forget who's up front. Ryan Villopoto leads from Yamaha's Jason Lawrence. 5th in the opening moto for Yamaha's man. 2nd here, doing much better as the Kawasaki teammates go hard at it. You see a lot of riders searching for those alternative lines. And a lot of the times it's paying off.
Yeah, it definitely is. This track here today is one of those tracks where there's these zigzags. You can work inside out, and some of the inside lines are so deep and rutted, so chopped out, that it's very, very beneficial for the rider that is behind to move out of those lines and even ride some extremely wide lines, trying to find a smooth line, carry a little more speed, a little more momentum. Metcalfe working very hard on his teammate Stroupe at this point, and see if he can get to the inside as they come down the downhill.
He does a Timmy Ferry. He does a Timmy Ferry on Austin Stroupe. Outside to the inside through the drop-off, and it works.
Metcalfe with a very strong ride, and Stroupe comes back on the inside. Pushes his teammate out of the way. This is what Mitch Payton was talking about, how his riders working together, learning how to feed on, whoa, and they get together. Stroupe makes a mistake. Metcalfe gets into the back of him.
That line suddenly evaporated for Brett Metcalfe, and he had to snap on the front brakes to avoid hitting his teammate. Here's a replay from earlier.
Stroupe just really launching into the inside. Metcalfe has nowhere to go but stay wide. You see Stroupe almost misses the rut with his front wheel, keeps it in line, and then he makes a mistake. Metcalfe gets into the back of him. Really has slowed his momentum, but no momentum stoppage for Villopoto, who has been on rails today, absolutely dominating every lap.
It was a 9.9 second margin of victory in the opening moto. It is creeping out towards that now for Ryan Villopoto.
The truck that's changing it all.
Back at Hangtown, Moto 2 for the Motocross Lites class continues. Round 2 of the 2008 AMA Toyota Motocross Championship. If you're just joining us, Ryan Villopoto aboard his Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki is leading. And we drift a little further back to Ryan Sipes, who got away to a miraculous start and was up front early on. And now he and his KTM teammate Matt Gerke still running strong in the top 10. There's Gerke just at the bottom of the screen on the 57.
Weimer running just inside the top 10 and 9th, putting on a strong ride, having to work his way forward, really fighting with a tough group of riders here. Track totally deteriorated at this point. This time of the motocross season, it's very hard on your hands and feet because you've been riding Supercross for 6 or 8 months. Now you're back into the rough, nasty, hot motocross championship where you sweat a lot of calluses on your hands, blisters, things like that. Early in the season really takes its toll. After a while, you get a little bit calloused up and you don't have to worry about the blister factor. But when you're on rails like Ryan Villopoto, confidence is high. You just seem to hit every bump right. Obviously, the bike is dialed in. All that you do throughout the rest of the season is keep improving little bits here and there, but Villopoto picking up where he left off and is definitely back in control of this Lites Motocross Championship.
He has already taken over the lead of the championship. He came into this weekend's meeting just 1 point behind his Kawasaki teammate Austin Stroupe, but dominated the opening moto. Look at the margin back to Yamaha of Troy rider Jason Lawrence on the 338.
Lawrence putting in a great ride here the second moto. He was 5th first moto, but got good track position, has ridden out here by himself pretty much the whole moto, mistake-free. Got to give it up. He's put in 4 very strong motos to start this championship.
Well, I think it's pleasing for Jason because he started in super style at Glen Helen winning the opening moto, but then faded, for want of a better phrase, in the second. To be as strong as he is here in the second, that's a good sign for the remainder of the season.
Well, and with this team, as the season runs on here this summer, they're going to figure the bike out some. His fitness is going to get a little better, and with these strong rides, it helps build your confidence. And then maybe next time he starts with Villopoto, maybe he hangs with him for half the race. Maybe the next moto hangs with him for 3/4 of the race, but you just have to keep stacking those pennies, keep believing in yourself, and working your way forward. It's tough to be the champion like Villopoto, but it can be done.
Kawasaki, Yamaha, Suzuki, 1, 2, 3. This is Ryan Dungey.
Dungey's one of those riders that definitely championship contender also. Ryan has yet to grab the whole shot, and I think that if he could do that, he could have that feeling of belonging that, hey, I can win these races. And it's just an awesome feeling when you win that first moto, and then especially in the summer, you can really go on a string of terror, winning moto after moto. But you have to stop the champ first, and the reason he's the champion is because he's the fastest, toughest man out there.
Dungey had to work extremely hard, not that he's not right now, but harder earlier in this moto, working his way through traffic. It was very busy. 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way back through 10th, 11th, and 12th. He got through that cleanly, effectively, and now sits nicely in the top 3. Valuable championship points for Ryan Dungey. Taking you to the checkered flag here at Hangtown, the 40th anniversary of the Honda Hangtown Classic. Last year it was all Kawasaki, Villopoto and Townley, and it's all Kawasaki again, but we go a little further back in the field to 4th and 5th.
And look at the dust coming up here just as the track is drying out here in the second moto. We hear all the riders all day been speaking about how tough the track is. Really focus on Stroupe's bike. It's just bouncing around. You see him trying to find some smooth line. The last rider you want behind you on the last lap is Brett Metcalfe. He is so driven and in physical condition. This rider is one of the strongest cardiovascular trained riders out there. And just look at the bikes jumping around. Neither rider giving an inch, just letting it all hang out here, trying to grab those extra points in that extra position.
And for Metcalfe, who has struggled a little bit with confidence, and that happens when you don't get a good clean run, when you're plagued by injury, this will be huge as far as confidence boosting. A 3-4 result at Glen Helen, and then a 4 in the opening moto, and he's poised for a top 5 here. He's on the way home, final lap, following his teammate Austin Stroupe home. We talk about Kawasaki, we talk about race winners, championship winners. Ryan Villopoto, wow, what a way to come back from a little bit of frustration at Glen Helen, particularly in the first moto. He has just said, fellas, this is what I can do, see if you can catch me here at Hangtown.
Yeah, this is the situation where he draws upon that experience that he so well earned in the last 2 years. And I'm telling you, that championship that he raced with Ben Townley last year, that was one of the most hard-fought, tooth and nail, just mentally draining championships ever. A day like today, this is a walk in the park for him after what he went through last season. So it's that type of stuff that built him into the rider that he is here today.
It's a sweetener. It's a little bit of sugar, isn't it? Makes you feel good.
And you see Villopoto just hitting every bump, just bouncing through so easy. It is such an awesome feeling to be in that position where he's at.
Has put it together brilliantly. Hole-shotting both motos and takes it to the flag. The checkered awaits Ryan Villopoto. And this they've been 2 very impressive victories. Moto 1, Moto 2, he does it in the best possible way. Huge victories. We'll hear from Villopoto when we come back. Speed's coverage of the AMA Toyota Motocross Championship from Sacramento is brought to you by Suzuki, maker of performance-driven motorcycles, scooters, and all-terrain vehicles. And by the full-size Toyota Tundra, the truck that's changing it all. In case you'd forgotten, Father's Day is June 15, and there's no better gift than Speed swag. If you go right to speedtv.com, you can see all the new styles of Speed tees, hats, jackets, and plenty more. Snag some swag for Dad this year. Log on to speedtv.com, and the keyword is, of course, swag. Order it right now. We go to the Toyota Trucks scoreboard for the results of Moto 2. Villopoto, Lawrence, and Dungey, Austin Stroupe, and Brett Metcalfe making the top 5. Let's hear from our third finisher overall.
Jason Lawrence having his work cut out for him today. Jason, didn't seem as though things went as easily as they did last weekend for you.
No, they didn't. I mean, this track's not the best. It's not the best one we're going to see this year. And I mean, I think I made the most of it with a horrible start. Got back to 5th and 5th and a 2nd. It's a lot of points, but I mean, we're still in it. Me and the rest of my team, Boost Mobile, Yamaha, Troy.
Yeah, if you can come away with a podium overall and you're not too pleased with it, things are pretty good. And there they are, a 1-1 for Villopoto, a 2-3 for Dungey. Let's hear from Ryan.
Ryan, you yourself said it's extremely difficult to try to regroup after a bad weekend. How did you prepare yourself to come into Hangtown?
You know, all I can do during the week is all I can, you know. I give it my all, and as long as I come here with that attitude and I feel like I give it my all, that's all I can do. So I just, it ended up turning out to be a good week, 2nd overall, but I mean, obviously we want to be on top of Vox, everybody does, but no, happy with fitness, feels good, and feel great.
And so he should. He has moved to 2nd in the points, just 9 behind championship leader Ryan Villopoto and 2 ahead of Austin Stroupe. Let's hear from our overall winner.
Well, Ryan Villopoto may have won a moto here last year, but talk about a perfect day today, Ryan. You couldn't have had anything better for you, but a rough and tough track was exactly what you wanted.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually a little bit warm out, and the track is really rough. Hangtown is, like I said, one of the hardest tracks to ride, and you know, 2 starts helped me out a lot today. I was able to get out front with a clear track and ride my own race.
3 wins from 4 motos. Villopoto's the one to beat.
He definitely is. He is back on track, and we'll see what he can do at Texas.
That's right, Jeff. The next round of the championship is at Freestone County Raceway. That's round 3 of the 2008 AMA Toyota Motocross Championship. On behalf of Jeff Emig and Aaron Bates, I'm Lee Diffie. Thanks for joining us of Speed's coverage of Motocross Lights.